Time in YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Deck Profiles. Today we're going to be looking over an Aerodactyl deck in the expanded format. At the St. Louis Regionals, there was a huge love for the Aerodactyl decks that randomly spawned into that meta, and apparently they did very, very well. I think 2 of them made top 32, which is outstanding for an Aerodactyl deck. Like, it was a completely rogue idea coming out, and it hit the front run amazingly, just like Mega Audino did in Worlds. It was just one of those fan favorite things that you don't see it every day, and it was just something that, BAM! There it is, it's a lot of fun. So today we're going to be taking a look at what I believe is one of the variants of the Aerodactyl deck. Now there's a reason I did not put anybody's name into it, and that's just because I don't know if I took a proper deck list. I saw, it was one of those, I saw a deck list, and I wasn't 100% sure whose it was, but needless to say, we're going to take a look at it. Anyway, Aerodactyl is a restored colorless Pokemon for 120 HP. You do need the old Amber in order to play this, so he is not a basic. He has Bite for 1 colorless, 30 damage, and Jet Draft for 2 colorless, 120 damage. However, you do get to discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. That can be very clutch. That keeps your opponent from gaining additional damage, keeping certain effects off of you. Aerodactyl is pretty strong overall as a restored Pokemon. Now, we only run 2 basics in this entire deck. One being Shaymin EX, 110 HP colorless setup. You can draw cards up to 6 in your hand. You have Sky Return, 2 colorless, 30 damage. Return this Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your hand. And the other one is Tauros. 180 HP, colorless, Rage, 2 colorless energy, 20 damage, plus 10 for each damage counter on Tauros. Horn Attack, 60 damage for 2 colorless, and you have Madbull GX, 2 colorless, 30 damage times the number of damage counters on Tauros. Now, we do run 3 Talonflame, so this is the other potential card to have in your opening hand. So it'll be either Talonflame, Shaymin, or Tauros. Hopefully it'll always be Talonflame, but you know what, it's a card game, never gonna always be the same. Talonflame is the stage 2, 130 HP colorless Pokemon with Gale Wings. If this Pokemon is in your hand when you are setting up to play, you may put it face down as your active Pokemon. Aero Blitz is its only attack for 1 colorless energy, but it's going to do 40, and you get to search your deck for any 2 cards and put them into your deck. Into your hand. My bad. Alright, so next up we have 3 potential Maxie users, and these are all based on what you're going to be playing against. So one of the most common ones I've found currently is going to be Archaeops, stage 1 fighting type with 130 HP, and we're going to be using the Ancient Power ability. Each player can't play any Pokemon from his or her hand to evolve their Pokemon. In the previous episode, you guys got to see our Decidueye, and spoilers, we did see an Archaeops in that matchup, and you can see just how powerful this card is, just being on the bench can really be. So keep an eye out for this one. If we can get this one going, we'll definitely try it. It does have Rock Slide, but I do not believe we run any Fighting Energy, just the 4 Special Energy, so we cannot use their attacks. Same thing goes for Marowak, has 100 HP, Fighting type Pokemon, stage 1 with Bodyguard, prevent all effects of attacks done to you or your hand by your opponent's Pokemon, remove any existing effects. You also have Bone Meringue, 1 Fighting, 1 colorless, 60 damage, but again, we can't use it. Lastly though, we do have a Mon that can attack with us, and that is Glade, stage 2, 150 HP fighting type with Premonition. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them back on top of your deck in any order, which is a fantastic ability. It just gives you that opportunity to kind of siphon around and pick the cards you want when you actually want them for the next turn. You also have Sensitive Blade, 2 colorless energy, 60 damage. If you played a supporter this turn, you also do 70 more. Now, I ran this previously a long time ago with Octillery, which is a fantastic partner. And if you really want to just run Glade, you can still go with Oranguru, but that's really all that can go for those 2. Anyway, now our big meat of the deck, and that's going to be our trainers. We're running 4 Acrobike. Look at the top 2 cards, pick 1 and discard the other. You have Battle Compressor. Search your deck for up to 3 cards and discard them any way you want. We have 1 Computer Search. Discard 2 cards, search your deck for any card you want, put in your hand, shuffle afterwards. We have the Fossil Excavation Kit. Put 2 in any combination of Helix Fossil, Dome Fossil, or Old Amber cards from your discard pile back in your hand. So if I have a fossil excavation in my hand, or in my discard pile, I can, if I have a fossil excavation kit in my hand but no old ambers, I can battle compressor, grab 2, bring them back, and then use them to potentially get those Aerodactyls. Next up is the old Amber Aerodactyl, which we get to look at the top or bottom 7 cards of our deck, and if there's an Aerodactyl there, we can put it in play. We have 4 Puzzles of Time. This lets us look at either the top 3 cards of our deck, or if we play 2, put 2 cards from your discard pile back in your hand, which is fantastic. We have the Special Charge, because with us running just 4 double colorless energy, we want to be able to get those energies back. We have a Tool Scrapper. This gets rid of those pesky tool cards that could potentially either hinder us or make our opponent very strong. Next up, we do have 4 Trainer's Mail, 3 of the Golden Ultra Ball, because we're not really searching for Pokemon in this one. Really, we want to ditch these ones. What would we grab? A Shaman? That's really all. There's really no reason to have the ball support in this one, which is great. It's something different, not usually seen in some decks. We are running 4 Via Seeker. Put a supporter card from your discard pile back in your hand. You need it for Maxie's. Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick. Put a fighting type Pokemon onto your from your discard pile onto your bench and draw 5 cards. But you must only have Maxie's in your hand. One of the big cards though that is going to get this deck running properly is the Twist Mountain. Once during each player's turn, that player may flip a coin. If heads, the player that puts a restored Pokemon from their hand onto their bench. So even if we draw an Aerodactyl, it's not game over. We can still actually play it as long as Twist Mountain does flip heads. Restored Pokemon is just so hard to play. Of course, we do have the Lysander. You switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active. We've got 1 N. You get to... Both players shuffles their hand back in their deck, draw cards equal to the remaining prize cards, and we have 1 Kukui. So really not a whole lot of support love, but we just have exactly what we need. Again, Kukui, you get to draw 2, you get to do 20 additional damage as well. So it's pretty good. And of course, lastly, we have 1 Floatstone and 2 Muscle Band. Now the question is, are we going to do well on TCGO today, or are we going to flop? Again, guys, I'm no pro at Expanded, and by no means am I a pro at this deck. Again, I'm just kind of copy and pasting like I had the last 2 decks. I just don't have an actual user of this deck, so if the person, if there is a person who does claim that they built this one, I will change my title of the thing, but as of right now, I don't know who built this, so... Kudos to you guys, you did a fantastic job of having a fun deck that came out and just tore up regionals. But without any further ado, guys, let's get into some matches and see if we can get ourselves a win! Alright guys, our first match is against Mo Twice Mo, and they're playing Water, Fire, Dark. Could be like a Darkrai Volcanion sort of deal, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, Expanded is brand new to me. I've only played... well, pretty much what you guys have seen. The 3 decks, that was Rayquaza, Decidueye, and now Aerodactyl. So, I'm still brand new to it. Gotta get used to it a little bit. But we are going to win this coin toss. We're going to go first here. Love getting the opportunity. And we'll see if we can actually get anything. Nope, we are going to have to mulligan. Not a surprise, though. Really is not a surprise, though. Alright, here we go. Your opponent is selecting their starting lineup. Again, hope you guys are excited for this one, because it's something different. You don't really see Aerodactyl all too much right now, especially since restored Pokemon are pretty hard to use. We are going to mulligan for a second time. Now, I do have that good old potential going first, so if I get the N, I'm good. Unfortunately, we do Shaman as our starter, which is not good. Again, always hoping for Talonflame. Never normally going to get it. Never going to get it. Alright, so we're going to see that my opponent did not have a great start either. He does have that Oranguru. We're going to battle compress those other 2 fighters out of the deck because we do not want them. And at this point, I can't play the Talonflames either. But I might actually throw my N out. This way I can kind of drop their hand a bit. I'm going to discard 2 old Ambers and a Talonflame. This way I can kind of Fossil Excavation Kit, potentially get one of those fantastic little Aerodactyls onto the bench. Might actually get some luck here, and we do not. No Aerodactyl in that one. My speech is just terrible, but we do get one off the second one. We're gonna get an Aerodactyl out here, beauty. I'm gonna Trainer's Mail in this one. Ooh. Now what do I do? I go computer search, and I'm gonna get rid of the 2 cards here. I'm gonna save the Trainer's Mail. I don't need the Ultra Ball. I'm gonna actually go for a VS Seeker and into that N that I discarded. So we're gonna ditch the Gallade, ditch the Ultra Ball. Oh my Jesus, I could have easily just Maxied here. Well, let's see what I can get off this Trainer's Mail. It's a puzzle of time. Ooh, I'll just get Twist Mountain. Okay, we can Twist Mountain right now. And now I can max these. As much as my opponent's hand is scary, I can get an Archaeops down right now and stop him from doing any potential evolving. I can Twist Mountain again, and I fail. I'm gonna get another Aerodactyl. No energy though, guys. No energy. So I'm unfortunately gonna have to pass, but I do have that Archaeops up. So this means my opponent cannot evolve. So before my opponent has even had the opportunity to play, I've already gotten the Pro Evolution out, and that is gonna be one great thing for this side is if he is playing any evolution, it's not gonna happen. But now I'm kind of in a jam here, because he's got a lot of cards, but apparently not much to go with, and his Oranguru can't do much. We have no energy, which is a problem. That is one big downside of this deck, is I never really like to run just 4 straight energies. Giratina is too popular. He actually flipped. Is he playing Fossils too? We're gonna see an Eevee. Not that the Eevee kind of scares me. I don't have any super effective really that would benefit him. He's gonna Hex Maniac me, which is fine. We're gonna go for an Acrobike. Get another Acrobike? I don't really need the Fossil Excavation Kit. I've got 2 of these guys here. Let's get this. Nope, still not able to play that. We're gonna go for another Acrobike. And we are going to have to get rid of the... Nope. We are going to have to, unfortunately, get rid of the Tool Scrapper in favor of the Energy. But we can drop that down onto our Aerodactyl and just pass our turn. Now, I do need a way to get my Shaman out of here, and that is a Floatstone. But unfortunately, it's a one-shot try here. While my Archaeops is up, that Zora cannot evolve, which is huge. And I do not believe... Ooh, Crushing Hammer. He got it. We're going to see a Sycamore come from my opponent's hand. What did you discard? Zoroark Break and Umbreon. He just gives us the game. Just like that, guys. Our opponent could not play. We didn't even need to attack. Once that Archaeops went down, my opponent could not play Umbreon, could not play Zora, couldn't play any of the effects. Oranguru was stuck up there. And you know what? Until we got ourselves set up, there was nothing my opponent could do. And there was no damage output on Eevee or Zora. He could confuse us, but that's about it. So getting that first turn, my first little bit there thinking to get the N, did kind of not work for me. I should have focused primarily on Maxies, and then I could have just VS Seekered, and I would have had a whole bunch of other options. But with using the computer search and getting the Maxies, I still was able to lock my opponent down, and my opponent couldn't play. With that being said, let's see if I can pull off a second win. I know that one was really quick, and it didn't showcase a lot of damage output this deck has, but you guys could see we got the special energy out, we had Aerodactyls out for potential lockdown, and Archaeops came out and just did its job. So with that, let's hope that game number 2 can just do even more than that, and we can pull off another win. So just hold on 1 sec. Alright guys, match number 2 is here, and we're going up against Riaz 89, playing a fire deck. So we're gonna not have any advantages or disadvantages. It'll just be a fun, clean match where nobody's really going to be at a advantage. Our opponent is going to go first. We are not going to get any opportunities here. Our opponent has their active in their hand. That's pretty good opening cards. I will not deny that. Could have computers, or could have battle compress, could have ultra ball to get rid of some of the cards. Would have been fine. But alas, we did not have a starter. Still no starter. Hands looking not as good. I'll admit, not as good. We have the starting lineup that we need. So we're going to start off with Tauros. We're going to click Done. Now, we are going to have to Ultra Ball that good old VS Seeker away. Away? How do I get rid of the Pokemon that I'm grabbing from the Ultra Ball? Ooh, this would be a deck I really do not want them to evolve. So they're playing Fennekin. No, I'm not playing high energy. Oh. Let's rephrase that. We're getting End, so this completely changes our thought process of this little episode of ours. We have a very bad hand. We have no real way of getting anywhere fast. We got a Float Stone. We do get an Aerodactyl onto the bench, which is good. We're going to get a nice Tauros setup. There's no item card, so I can't use that. Twist Mountain comes up. I can drop a Float Stone down here. Puzzle. I can puzzle. Because it's really not a great hand. I can't play Tool Scrapper. There are no items. Oh, there is on mine. My bad. My bad. We're going to Fossil Excavation Kit. Go for one more Old Amber. Try and get these Aerodactyls out. We are getting them out this time, which is good because I don't have to draw them now. We are going to just go for the Horn Attack, which should knock you out. And that will be one prize ahead. So Tauros is our tank in this matchup. Fortunately, I did put the Flow Stone down on it and not on one of the Aerodactyls. These guys do have free retreat, so I didn't need to put a Float Stone on them. We're going to see another Fennekin drop, but unfortunately we do need either an N or some sort of way of getting some cards here. Because we did not showcase any supporters in that hand. We're going to see a Sycamore from my opponent's part, and he did discard a Delphox Break. We're going to see it's the Braixen coming through, and the Hollow Shine on Fire card just looks absolutely fantastic. We're going to see they ditch a Fire Energy onto the Scorched Earth, so we're going to see they get to draw 2 additional cards. It's going to be another Oranguru. And a Level Ball, which should be another Braixen. Actually, it's a Fennekin. It is a Fennekin. I would love for an item right now. Something. I would, I might Tool Scrapper, get rid of that if I can get a something. Let's see what we get. Not much. Not much. I'm hurting for cards right now. I'm hurting for cards. And I'm just letting him set up too, which is the worst part. I'm going to get rid of my Float Stone to put on a Muscle Band. I can at least siphon to get to the cards I want. I can draw a Maxie's, which is absolutely what we want to do. But we don't have a fighting type. Never mind, that was a bad play. That was a bad play. So unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of stuff going on for us here. And you guys can start to see what's going on and why this particular deck may not have won. And it's pretty janky in the sense of you might not get what you're after. We are going to get End, which is absolutely going to be fantastic here. He shuffles their hand. We did shuffle, and we lost out on our cards that we were hoping to get. We have nothing in our hand. Absolutely nothing in our hand. They're going for a Nest Ball, which is a basic Pokemon, so they can't draw anything because the Orangurus and the one additional Fennekin is currently in the discard pile. Oh, they have 3 Orangurus, so potential for card draw is there. I don't know what to tell you. We're going to drop a Twisted Mountain down. We're going to give our Aerodactyl some love. Fossil Excavation Kit can bring me something in. I can get another Aerodactyl for the bench. How much HP do you have? 80. Ooh, I can take you out. So we're going to Lysander in all that hard work you've been doing. And we're going to remove that from this game. So Tauros can still hit for some alright damage. And that stops you from getting any additional damage here. We're going to get a Battle Compressor. Kind of getting this game, but not getting this game. The Oranguru kind of comes back up here. Can still evolve into Delphox. But not really going to matter too much now. Nest Ball doesn't work. My opponent does N again. And now we're going to just get 4 cards. But is it 4 cards that we need or 4 cards that just aren't going to do us any good? Okay, that's more what I'm talking about. Did we drop the Maxies yet? No, we have not. Puzzle of Time. We're going to go for this. Rearrange. Put a supporter card into our hand. Not that it matters. I can't get this one out of my hand. In order for me to play this properly, I need the Archaeops in the discard pile, and I need that via Seeker in the discard pile. Get the Maxies, because we can potentially play it next turn. I'm going to Lysander in that Delphox right now. I want to get that opportunity to take this thing out. Tauros can get some decent damage off on it now, and it needs more damage. It'll only get 1 potential more energy. It can hit me, but then my Mad Bull can easily take it out on the following turn. Not that I need it. I can still go for the Horn Attack, which will take it out as well, because it's only got 140 HP. Does have that double colorless energy, though, so it can easily go for some damage. What are you going for here? It's going to be an N. Knowing that I've got the Maxes in my hand is exactly what you're trying to stop me from doing. Oh, and now he's out of range of being knocked out. I don't know if you can knock me out, though. I can't read it. Anyway, we're going to see an N here. This N nonsense is stopping me from doing anything. Okay, we can at least try. We're going to see a rare candy here. But to this point, it's almost pointless to go for Archaeops, because they've already done all the evolution they could potentially want. We do get some stuff going here. We can drop a double colorless energy down on you, muscle band down on you. I shouldn't have done that. I could have maxied. Not that, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. I need another card. I'm misplaying now. I'm really misplaying now. Okay. My objective is to take this thing out, which I can do. I will be able to just rage, keeping my Mad Bull. Well, this is my only Tauros. I do 180 damage, so I'm taking out this Delphox break. We're going to grab 1 prize card, and it's going to be an old Amber Aerodactyl. Not that it's going to matter for us. Because this guy can just take us out with a Flickering Flame now. But we can come in here still. Like, we're not out of this game. We have 120 damage. Actually, we can take this thing out as long as it doesn't evolve. We're going to see a double colorless energy hit the back. Brock's Grit is going to hit the field. Actually, we might be able to stop some evolutions. If we can stop that good old break from happening, we're okay. But you can start to see that there's a bit of a struggle here in trying to get this Maxie's to work, especially with fossils, because if you're stuck with so many potential Pokemon in your hand, between the Talonflame, the Aerodactyl, that's a lot of Pokemon going back. But that is a supporter for the turn. So we are going to see that Flickering Flame. It's going to pull him up 2 prize cards, probably grabbing the double colorless energy and the Ultra Ball. Is my expectation. No, he did not grab the Ultra Ball. We are going to bring up the one with the good old Muscle Band, though, because this will take out the Delphox. It will not be too big of a deal here. We're just going to Ultra Ball here. Grab these 2. I'm going to Shaman, but I'm not going to set up. No. And we're going to Maxie's. Okay, so we're going to get that Archaeops out now, so my opponent can't evolve any further. Oh, look at all the battle compressors now. Not that we need them. Okay, we are just going to take out this Delphox. Jet Draft is going to do 140 thanks to the Muscle Band. We're going to pick up another prize via Sika. And I can start hitting these guys. So I know you have a double colorless energy coming in. I can start to do some damage to you. This deck does 20 more damage times the number of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it does 60 plus, it does 100. We're getting End again. Not that that's too big of a concern. You're really just putting the cards back in my deck at this point. We're going to get an Old Amber and a Acrobike. You cannot evolve, though. No evolutions. So that Fennekin now means nothing. It is going to stay a Fennekin. You're going to bring in this guy. And do not attack is what he's doing. We go for the Acrobike. We get a Via Seeker. I'm sorry, I want that Oranguru. I really do. So that's what we're going to aim for. We really want that Oranguru. The one that's damaged, that could be all great and handy. But the one that's all set up and ready to go, we're going to take this thing out. So, Jet Draft, we're going to take it out. Down goes the double colorless energy. We're going to get an Ultra Ball, not that that's going to help us out too much now. We are going to get another Oranguru up. Have we used up all our Via Seekers at this point? No, we have one more. We have one more. Lysander up the Archaeops. That's a problem, actually. That is a problem. Double colorless energy. Nope, no problem to us. We're just going to drop that down. We are going to retreat into our Aerodactyl, and we're going to call this the game. So we did manage to actually win with Aerodactyls. The Aerodactyls came in, did the damage that they needed to do. The Archaeops stopped my opponent from evolving at the end of that. But really, we had a lot of struggling. You guys can definitely see just off of that one that you can have a hard matchup, and sometimes if you don't get that Archaeops out really quickly, you're in trouble. It's really hard to get first turn Archaeops, especially when you've got to try and work your way around getting so many non-basic or Pokemon you can't just play on the bench out of your hand. I had about 3 or 4 matches in between the 2 matches that you guys did see, and a lot of the time it just came down to poor draws or potential ends that really hurt the hand. I could get down to 1 or 2 cards, and then I got a full hand back with an end, and it's a struggle. I don't know, I can understand why this deck didn't make top 32, but I can definitely see this is a fun little deck that you can kind of make your opponent have a bit of a not a fun day if they're playing evolutions. But with that though, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are brand new here, please hit that subscribe button because it means the world to me. It lets me know that you guys are continuing to enjoy the content that you guys are seeing. If you guys have any comments on the Aerodactyl deck, please leave that in the comment section below. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, what you guys have done with your own Aerodactyl decks if you've made one. And of course, I'll catch you guys in the next video. But until then, Time out.